Good morning, everybody, from the ramblings of an old fool. Well, this morning we're in Sibling, Illinois. We're heading down to the lower southeast corner of Illinois, where we're going to hop over to Indiana. I guess maybe it's not the southeast, it's more the eastern side of Illinois. We got about another week, maybe, to get through finish up the state of Illinois, where we're going to reach our fifth state of Indiana. Well, it was raining again today. We're kind of waiting for it, for the roads to dry up a little bit, because when you're walking out there and cars drive by and they're kicking up that old water, it kind of gets to be a mess when you're walking, so I'm kind of waiting around for that. Having our coffee here, which we picked up in the McDonald's this morning. Pretty good stuff, Need that Norwegian holy water, Gotta get moving. Anyway, this morning we was listening to the radio, Chicago station, and there was a report of a flight attendant on some flight there out in New York, and they landed, and I guess he just kind of lost it. I guess there was some passenger who was getting luggage out of the overhead bins, and apparently some luggage came down and hit this flight attendant in the head, and a few words were exchanged. The flight attendant asked for the guy to apologize for knocking him in the head with the luggage. Well, the guy refused, and this guy started really going off on him. He just kind of lost it. Well, I guess he got on the PA system after that, and he just railed at the whole... Everybody was on that plane. He was mad, and he was done. And he says, I've been working for 28 years in this job, and I've had it. I'm done. So he grabbed a couple of beers out of the galley. He opened up the door and inflated the emergency chute. Then he got down and he took off to his car, and he went home. He was done. Well, how many people out there have experienced thoughts and feelings and anger and frustration like that? You just had it. It seems like there's more and more people feeling those angry and negative feelings, and just saying enough is enough. Well, I think when you look at our government, I think people have just had enough. It's just pretty sad when we have to live our lives in frustration and anger and fear of what our government's going to do next, because we don't know. Oh, we got an idea with this government we have right now, which direction they're going to go. I myself don't agree with it, because I think it's on a socialist agenda. The give me this, give me that society. It's such a society here that we expect everything to be given to us. It's a me society, and I'm just as guilty as the rest of you out there who feel the same way, that it's all about me. Well, when I took off on this walk, I had a lot of those same feelings: anger, frustration, fear. I had a fear of saying anything to different people about different things, because you're always afraid of what they're going to think about what you say. You're afraid of causing confrontation or causing an argument, or you're afraid to do this or that, or you always think that the bad is going to happen to you. So you just kind of sit there and you live with this fear. Well, pretty soon that fear turns into anger and frustration, and you're just going to lose it one day. Well, I lost it many days, and I'm not proud to say that I did, because that's not the kind of person I feel I am inside. But it comes to the point where you just can't deal with things anymore. And I think there's many of us out there, and You know, FDR said one thing that's so true. He said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And to me, that's a true statement. If we as Americans are afraid to speak up and about what we believe in and what we think, then we live with that fear. And it eats at us and eats at us. And pretty soon, something's going to explode. Well, there's a lot of that going on in this country, and I'm afraid that, you know, something's going to happen. This whole country's going to explode. Americans fighting Americans, arguing with everybody. All, you know, it just doesn't go on. It just can go on and on and on. And that's why the Tea Party's popped up. They're tired of it. They've had enough. No more. And I say no more too. But I made a decision last year when I took off my walk. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to live my life in fear anymore. I'm not going to live my life with anger and frustration. Part of my anger and frustration went away after I decided I'm going to stand up. Because at least I'm doing something. You know, what about you? Are you going to do something? I can't tell you what to do or make up your own mind. You have to do that on your own. And by golly, it's time for Americans to stand with Americans. That's why I'm calling people, 10 million people to meet me in D.C. I'm challenging you. Meet me there. Stand for something. Stand for the American flag that I carry down these roads here. Bring your own flag to D.C. Stand for the symbolism that flag represents, the values, principles, and everything else that America represents, the good and the bad. Let's stand together, because that's the only way we're going to initiate true change within our country. But it has to be in a peaceful way. I'm like-minded about Martin Luther King. We stand peacefully together. We don't stand with violence in our hearts. We stand because we believe in America. We stand because we believe in God. We stand because we believe in the system that our founders put in place for us, in the Constitution, the Declaration, the Bill of Rights. We don't want those things changed. Well, I tell you, just meet me in D.C. and let's stand together. Not in silence. I don't want to see cards or placards. I don't want to have any rallies. I just want to see us stand together. I want to see 10 million flags walk down the streets of D.C. in remembrance of our founding fathers, in remembrance of people like Abraham Lincoln, who did the Civil War thing, in remembrance of how far we've come as a country and how we have tried to stop the racial stuff going on, which keeps being brought up day after day after day. I'm tired of it. I'm not a racist, and I don't think you are either. So let's stand together for what we believe in. Anyway, this is the ramblings of an old fool, and I kind of got angry this morning. I think the coffee kind of got to me. Keep the mind a-moving and the wheels a-turning, and just keep on a-talking. And I'm asking you to spread this word. So God bless you, and God bless America. Bye-bye.